Yep, you know what it is. Southpaw Slick, live at work. I said, don't mind me, I'm just walking around the warehouse. But yeah, said I got a question from one of my friends who's actually an atheist. And he asked me about what do you think about people pushing their religion on others? Now, me myself, I'm a Christian, right? That's how I was raised, and that's the spirit I'm choosing to walk with. But I don't like to say that I'm a religious person as much as I like to say I'm a spiritual one. And I know a lot of people are getting criticism for that. Like I've been seeing a lot of stuff on social media with people saying that, oh, like, oh, you shouldn't say you're spiritual and all that. I'm saying it's different. When I say religious, that means somebody is walking with blind faith. Me, I have a very inquisitive mind. So I can't walk in blind faith, unfortunately. I wish I could. I wish I can just follow all of these dogmatic principles 100% and just abide by it. But I have to ask questions. You know what I mean? Like certain things I just can't take at face value. You know what I mean? Like, so that's my issue within myself. So I have more of a personal relationship with God than a religious one, right? And I think that's for the better, at least for somebody like me. Now, if you're somebody that can walk in blind faith, kind of like my aunt, she's 100% in tune with it. You know what I mean? Like she is 100% on board with, I said, the Bible, Christ, everything is whatever is said in the book. That's the way I'm gonna walk, and that's it. Me, like I said, it's hard to be that way. It's really difficult to be that way, but I commend her 100% because I wish I can do it, but I can't. But back to the question, how do I feel about people pushing their religion on others? Um, I know, like with other Christians, especially the ones that are radical Christians or Bible thumping Christians, they they will call you like fair weather because you're not being a zealot. You know what I mean? You're not being a zealot and going hard on everybody like, oh, you just gotta follow this. This is the only way. This is the only right way. Now, me myself, like to say, like through Jesus Christ is the only way to God, right? Of course, that's what would be a part of my belief. So that's the way I walk. But I don't want to force that on someone else, especially if they're not ready for it. You have to catch a fish before you can scale it. I'm saying when you start being Bible thumping towards others, that can be a complete turnoff. That might not make them ever want to consider joining or taking on that belief because it's like, like that's just not me and stop forcing it on me. Like you keep forcing it on me, it's just going to drive me away even more. I just wait for that person to be ready. When they're ready to walk through Christ or with Christ, better yet, then that's their prerogative. I'm saying that I can't force that on someone else. The same way if somebody tries to force me to be Jehovah's Witness or a Muslim or a Buddhist. Like I said, that's just something I don't subscribe to. So I just don't pay any mind to it. Even though I do try to learn a little bit about each religion. So if there's ever a debate, not an argument, if there's ever a debate, I can at least, you know, try to check them on certain things. to see if they're really in tune with the religion they believe and they're not just, you know, acting like they are. You get what I'm saying? Like, for example, with Islam, like I said, I'm familiar with the 5 pillars of Islam, and I have a basic understanding of what that faith is about. And that's perfectly fine. But just don't push that on me. You know, like, oh, like I'm right, Muhammad is right, Jesus is wrong, don't follow that. You know, that's kind of how they would go about it. So me, the way I am nowadays, or better yet, it's been like this for a few years now, I just leave it as I believe what I believe, you believe what you believe, and we'll leave it at that. We'll see who's right in the end. Some people believe in the Easter Bunny. Some people believe in Santa Claus. And they were proven wrong when the time came, right? That's how I'm going to do. I believe what I believe, you believe what you believe. We'll see who's right in the end. When Judgment Day, Armageddon, whatever, finally decides to rear its ugly head, then we'll find out who was right in the end. If I was wrong, I'll concede. I'll concede. No problem. But in the meantime, that's something you can't force on people. I'm saying, of course, somebody's upbringing, I'm saying during their adolescent years, is going to be the determining factor on what faith they choose to walk with. Now, that's not always going to be the case, but that's more than likely the religion they're going to follow, and you just have to respect that. And that's how I feel about the whole thing. Like I said, and some of those people, I'll say 9 times out of 10, the majority of people that become atheists, they weren't always atheists. I'm saying this, it's somebody, usually it's people that are Roman Catholic. That's the ones I notice the most that convert to atheism later on in life. But like I said, religion, spirituality, transcendentalism, any of that, you cannot force that on people. That's something that someone has to want to do or want to fully commit to. So when they're ready, accept them with open arms, and that's it. Love everybody. No hate towards anyone. Southpaw Slick, I'm out.